And good morning here on, this is the Tech Lunch Roundtable.
At 9 o'clock in the morning.
Absolutely. We are the Stone Mountain Consultants. I am Jason.
I am Mish.
And we are here talking tech, news, tech tips, tech anything. Or anything, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Our email address is help@smc.io, and our website is smc.io. That stands for Stone Mountain Consultants, and that is our website where you can actually go to our, of course, information about us. So a whole slew of information there, including show notes. We put on their notes from each show we do each week, which includes the news articles we review and any tips and any suggestions for software and stuff like that. So just click on shows. In this case, click on Tech Lunch Roundtable for August 8th, 2013, which is what today is, 8/8/2013.
8/8/14? 8/8/13?
I'm in the future. On today's show, we are going to talk about, of course, tech news and how it sometimes screws up your life.
More often than not.
Yeah. But also our subject for today's show is viruses. We actually have not talked about viruses a lot lately.
Doesn't get you.
Yeah, they do get you, but they don't seem to be as prevalent as before.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because the NSA is too busy trying to listen in on what you're doing.
Yeah, so they're stopping the viruses because if your computer is down, they can't listen in on you.
Right. But back to our website, there is links there to our Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus page, and YouTube. Do ask that if you do enjoy the show, please go over there and like us, follow us, subscribe to YouTube. Again, the nice thing about YouTube is it will email you once we upload these shows to YouTube. We figure that's a good way of another alternative way of getting the show out. So if you can't make Blog Talk at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time, you can always subscribe to YouTube and pretty much listen to it anywhere. And I think you can actually do that with Blog Talk. I think Blog Talk will even email you when the show's ready and you can click on it and stuff like that.
You follow the show, like, hey, the show's about to go live. Hey, it's doing stuff. Yeah.
Right. So that's our opening monologue.
Monologue.
Ain't it funny?
Kind of great.
Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Our phone number here. What the heck? We do have some tech news and, of course, our subject matter, but we'll open the lines. Go ahead, open the lines.
Okay, lines open. Number is 818-739-8894.
I just lost internet. Did you lose internet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Anyhow,
personal problem.
It is. I can't go to my sites. Actually, I seriously can't go to my sites. Anyhow,
I did lose internet. Skype to connect into the call.
Right, but I can't open my news items. I have to do this from memory.
I have them all open because I think ahead.
All right. Do you have TeamViewer on your computer? Or
that won't work.
Long be it. Internal. I can.
No, LogMe won't work either.
How about VNC?
No.
Well, poo on you.
So I get to read all the news articles.
Apparently, and I can rant about it. So,
why don't you start the internet while I go over the first thing. Your TV might be watching you. This is CNN Money, because, CNN's Money division is all about technology and watching out for you, coming these news network. Maybe I had an article here that anybody has new... The sun has poked its head through the clouds, and it's going to shine for 12 seconds. It's actually still shining. Sorry about that. Basically, smart TVs like Samsung. That they can actually hack into these smart TVs that have browsers and all that, and and actually rewrite the browser to watch, because a lot of these actual cameras in there.
Right, I think it was Samsung that had reported that on all of their TVs.
Sorry about that. Interruptions. Huh. Yes, Samsung and I think even LG was making a couple. But basically the article goes into is that a lot of these, they're just running a Linux operating system that gives you, web browser, accesses on your email, that kind of thing. And what they are doing is the hacker can actually get into the camera and the actual, because it's basically just a small computer, like your cell phone, and they actually access the TV and rewrite scripts and whatnot so that he actually can watch the camera and you wouldn't even know it. So it could be sitting in your bedroom and you're watching TV late at night and it's watching you.
Right, and remember, not only these TVs have cameras, especially if they do have a camera, they have a mic too.
Yes.
So it turns on the mic as well, so they can listen in too.
Mm-hmm.
Which just proves that they can be turned on remotely, and I think it even said, or you may have said, that even if the TV is off,
yep,
it can be activated. The hacker proved that it can be done.
Yeah. It was funny, it was during when he was in the article, and there was a video portion where basically he was like, and the one lady's like, well, I'm paranoid and all this kind of stuff. How do I stop this? And he's like, take a piece of tape or a little Post-it and put it right over the camera. Can't see you. That was funny because the lady was like, oh, okay.
I have actually I don't. I thought I had a piece of electrical tape on my camera on my computer, but apparently that came off.
Oh, people can watch you. Gary.
And by the way, this is a special edition of Tech Lunch Roundtable. This edition will be commercial free.
Because we don't have internet.
Because we don't have internet and can't activate the commercials. So this special commercial-free edition of Tech Lunch Roundtable is brought to you by Stone Mountain Consultants.
Which is us. Good times.
Folks at Stone Mountain Consultants enjoy helping folks with their tech issues and consult with you to figure out what you need to be done and how tech can crash like it just did for us. So give Stone Mountain Consultants a call at 276-664-1476. We now take you to the special edition of Tech Lunch Roundtable.
That was a good commercial. I should record that.
Actually, it is being recorded.
The next one is, so we talked about how they can watch you. Next one is Eric Holder, which is our Attorney General.
AG, AG. Remember, like UG.
He is an UG. He demands the government supervision of all of Apple iTunes and app stores. So the DOJ wants to supervise a private organization, granted that they may be a giant and they actually have some ties to NSA and CIA and whatnot. They want to supervise the sale and where apps are going to and songs are going to, because that's what the Department of Justice needs. They need more,
Yeah, and I think this is because of the whole deal with well, I don't remember. I'm sure it says in the article the details because
the antitrust
where Apple was charging too much or everybody? I can't remember. You have it open on your screen.
It's basically designed to prevent monopolies and price fixing, but it's
So why aren't they doing it to Microsoft?
Yeah, or everybody else on the planet. I mean, how many people? I mean, so I have this app that does this, this, and this. Oh, I have this cool little program that does this, or I have this little widget that I'm selling. They don't do that. They're only doing that because they want control over the largest things, and then push their way. It's basically a power grab, like the normal. And they say that the government's going to be restrained with its oversight. It's like, yeah, right in my butt.
Right, my butt. Good news is, and this is actually something I've been waiting for, Netflix launches user profiles. So now when you log on to Netflix, you can create and then choose a profile. Now I know most people are going, I need profiles. Why are they doing this? Well, that sort of makes sense because I have young kids, and then I also watch some R-rated movies.
Yeah.
So what you do is you log on.
You right next to, I don't know.
Right, Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, that should be awesome. Mommy, what's that Silent Hill?
And I believe you can also password protect them. So each kid or adults could have their own profile. So that really does make sense. Kind of a long time waiting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, I know a lot of people who do share their Netflix profiles. So this kind of help that too, because you can. I think you can stream up to, the cheapest streaming plan is you can stream up to 2 devices. So in theory, the kids could be watching something and you could be watching something else. So
exactly.
So that really does make sense. I have more news than this. I did not read all this morning, but you probably have it open on your screen. The Amber Alerts are now, I guess it's nationwide. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see how much I can do this from memory.
It's statewide, and apparently what happens is that an Amber Alert happened for California, but it went to everybody in California.
But this just started this week where before to get an Amber Alert, you have to sign up for it.
Yes.
Now it's being forced upon you, especially if you have a newer phone. Phones like iPhone 4 cannot get this. So the 4S, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, 9, 10, 11 can.
I love my iPhone 11.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Now, of course, a lot of folks are complaining because you can't shut these off. You can, I believe you can, I think it's on there. For the iPhone, I believe, for example, you could turn on Do Not Disturb, and it shut. No, you can turn on Do Not Disturb, which will make the phone silent, but I believe the Amber Alerts override that.
Correct. This is like the Obama override everything and can get into your phone and send you text messages. I'm having lunch.
So of course, people are like, well, I'm sleeping, and of course, folks are like, but a child has been kidnapped. Oh my God! And people are saying, dude, I'm sleeping in
Somebody's going to get sued over that.
I mean, yes, it's a bad thing, but if I'm sleeping in my bed,
how am I going to help?
How am I going to see this? So when I wake up, I'll see the notification. And what it is, it's a loud beep too. It's more than just a text message. It probably goes.
Sounds like a baby. Or
actually.
Napolitano.
Oh yeah. No, she's out of there.
But she's working at Walmart now.
Maybe. That's okay. She's the owner of all the DVs. So, I mean, in a way, it's a good news, but the issue is you can't turn it off.
Or even block it for, 8 a.m. to, you can actually turn on your phone to actually tell you that from, say, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., because that's your sleeping time, or when you're doing stuff and you don't want to be bothered, do not disturb me. I don't want anything.
Right.
It's just
you're sleeping. You can't do anything anyways. But also, we normally break at this time. We can't because, remember, this is a special edition of the Tech Lunch Roundtable brought to you by Stone Mountain Consultants.
I wonder what those guys are like.
I know we opened the phone lines.
But I can't see them.
Right. We have to bring that down, so we probably have 1,600 calls waiting in queue. We have no internet.
Interwebs are down.
But back to the phone thing. Again, the issue is, my issue is, here's my rant. It's,
This is number one rant, or did we do any rants yet?
I don't think.
Go ahead.
Okay. My issue is, like everything else, I believe this is here for other stuff as well.
Yeah.
And, you always, it's the whole, internet security, monitoring the internet, when they put into place, where the ISPs are going to be monitoring the traffic, people are like, monitoring the traffic, and they're actually recording that and saving that. Of course, the people are like, well, it's for the child pornography. You can't allow that to happen. Child pornography. It's like, dude, you're not doing it for child pornography. How can you argue against that? Again, how can you argue against an Amber Alert?
Well, it's just like,
and I am.
You have to. We have to stop the terrorists because there's a terrorist under my pants apparently. So TSA needs to grab everything down there. It's like, dude, get a life, do your job, and find them. You're not going to investigate by touching everybody's genitals.
A wiener.
Yeah, exactly.
Yahoo is getting a new logo. They announced the other day that they're going to announce next month a new logo. The first time in 18 years, I believe it is.
Yeah, relic of the 90s.
Yeah, so be interesting.
See that nobody else uses them for anything except maybe email or porn.
Yeah. One thing surprised me was we keep reporting how Groupon is tanking. Well, apparently Groupon shares saw a sales jump. And you have
20%. Woo! So if they've dropped 150%, now they go up 20%. Does that mean they don't suck? Don't completely write off the Daily Deals website Groupon just yet. Give it a week. So I guess they have gone up 23% pre-marketing trading on Thursday after the company reported better than expected quarterly sales. Company board had also officially offered Eric Lefkowski, I said that wrong, but that's why he said it was a CEO job after he filed in an ousted founder Andrew Manson. I wouldn't oust anybody named Manson. Just saying. On interim basis since February. So basically, they're doing better. Probably, let's see if they give a reason why. I mean, they're doing better, but why are they doing better? And they don't say. They just give numbers.
It says sales, right, have gone up.
So the Groupon apparently might be good.
And then we also have now, you have these open on your screen. You didn't put on the view screen yet. And I thought this was kind of an important article, how there's an article out from educationnews.org about how screen time actually hurts little kids. And they've shown that through studies. From what I read yesterday, basically when young kids, even toddlers and preschoolers are using the iPads and stuff like that, the linkage between the motor skills are being hurt.
Yep, because you're looking at a device.
So I suggest you go out, and there's another article about Facebook targeting kids under 12 now. Mm-hmm. I suggest you, once we have this up on our show notes, which should check back later this afternoon on our website, do recommend you do read those. I'll red link them.
Red link them? Is that a red letter?
And that goes on with, there's another article from edweek.org how the Raleigh County schools in Virginia are moving from textbooks to iPads.
Well, some of the textbooks, one textbook's probably as expensive as an iPad.
Well, in the article it said something about after comes down to it, each iPad is the cost for each iPad is like $134, I think it is.
Wow.
Which
they must be getting a good deal.
Must be getting a good deal. But this goes back to and this is all grades, I believe. Yes, because even preschoolers, they're getting one, and you have the article in front of you, but I think it's the preschoolers are getting, 2 preschoolers share an iPad. And this goes back to the article from Education Week, educationnews.org, where it says the screen time is actually hurting.
Yeah, so this kind of like dovetails in that, because this is like kindergarten and first grade students will share an iPad mini with one fellow student. But all grades up through 12 will be getting one.
Right. I mean, they also talk about TV,
the flicker rate.
The flicker rate in preschoolers are sitting on, even with 20 minutes of a high-action cartoon, they're affected.
Yeah. I mean, you're watching something that's actually, it's the reason why people are like, well, I can stop watching TV anytime I want. Bull poop much? I mean, that's what druggies say. I can stop anytime I want.
So it's up to the parents to control in a limited fashion what.
But how are you going to make notes in your book? You're going to write on the screen? I need to highlight this section. Hopefully they'll have the books, the apps they get for the books are going to be, highlightable. But I understand an iPad for a book, maybe for an adult to read, but something that's going to be used in learning, you want that physical thing. I mean, we've been taking a fire class, and we make notes. We flip around. Oh, we want to go back to this. It's a lot easier to flip in a physical analog book than it is a digital one.
Right, I agree completely. Sad time.
Yeah.
I even had a WAV file that I uploaded that I could play, but
I'll click on it.
I can't.
Oh, nothing happened.
Now, there is one article that I wanted to review, and I actually did not read it, but it seemed to be an article to pee me off, was Facebook is tweaking your news feed.
Yes.
I don't know if you can read it, but I do know, and I thought it was just the iPhone app that blowed, because, certain things don't show up on the news feed and blah, blah, blah. I noticed this just the other day. I went to Facebook.com, looked at my wall or news feed or whatever the heck it's called. I see a post by somebody. Okay. And somebody had commented. Well, I wanted to click on that person's profile, just look at who it was. Clicked on that, saw their profile, went back, and that post is no longer there. Now you're saying, oh, but that person who posted it removed it. Yeah. But a few minutes later, that post re-showed up later down in my news feed at a different time than what was showing earlier. Exactly. So what does the article say? Is that what people are they moving things around on you?
They are moving things around, but mostly it's they're talking about is that they tweaked it so the news will take the popular story in big finger quotes and will one that gets lots of comments and it'll put it back up on top of your feed. So it just keeps on going up and up. It's like in posts on forums, they're called sticky. They keep on sticking to the top. So, or they keep bumping it up. Yeah, okay. My computer just freaked out.
Oh, we have internet.
I know. But my screen just died and then it came back. That was weird.
Well, that's the NSA plugging into your computer.
Probably. You just minimize everything. Hi, Eric Holder. So
with that, we will be the special edition of Tech Lunch Roundtable is over. We need to pay bills. We'll be right back.
If I can get it working.
Oh, okay. I'll keep talking. That covers our...
Okay, bagel? Check. Coffee? Oh, yeah, check. Hey, did the Sox win last night? Let's see. Oh, come on. This thing is so slow. This is just ridiculous.
Tired of your computer wasting your valuable time? Then it's time to get it tamed from the Stone Mountain Consultants. They can remote right in and get it up to speed. Call them at 276-664-1476 or visit their website at smc.io.
From the first time I signed onto AOL, I'd fallen underneath your dial-up spell. You do something to me, wanna be with you always. I hope that we will never see the day a SOPA would try to change you or take you away. All the things you've shown me, you make me feel complete. Tumblr, Facebook, Vimeo, and Twitter, YouTube, Longcast, eBay, and Flickr. Don't put up a fight you want when we can have it all. Say don't you protect IP, you won't stop piracy. Don't put up a firewall. Don't take away my Tumblr. Please don't. You know I wanna stop infringing sites, but Congress, please don't make me give up my rights to friend, reblog, and follow, upload, tweet, and post. All this in the name of property at the expense of the tech community. You're threatening our cyber security and free speech. Zynga, Mozilla, Google, and Yahoo, the coders, the bloggers, the startups, I'll get through. Don't put up a fight you want when we can have it all. Say don't you protect IP, you won't stop piracy. Don't put up a firewall. What is it, China? Don't treat me like a broke-sided hurt. Don't erase me from your search. Someone could spend more time in jail than Conrad Murray for illegally downloading a Michael Jackson song. Doesn't that seem wrong? Don't put up a fight you want when we can have it all. Say don't you protect IP, you won't stop piracy.
And welcome back to Tech Lunch Roundtable. We apologize for the technical issues we had earlier in the
Lack of
first...
internet.
Exactly. We had some internet issues with the internet. This is the Tech Lunch Roundtable. Today is August 8th, also known as 2013.
88.
Scary.
Yes.
We are the Stone Mountain Consultants here in southwestern Virginia. I am Jason.
I'm Mish still.
Yay! Our website is smc.io. There you can find all the resources that we refer to on our internet radio show.
Podcast, radiocast.com. Yeah.
I lost my place here. We had just gone over the news in the first half. If we had any callers earlier due to the no internet, please call back. Our phone number is 818-739-8894. I am currently updating our site. Again, I do recommend that you please read the 2 articles about how screen time hurts little kids, and Facebook is now targeting folks under 12 years of age.
And the fact that Raleigh County is going to be doing iPads to all these kids. That's awesome.
Right. So please check those out. And then I think the article, specifically the one about the Facebook, does give you some links where you can let your opinion be known.
Works for me.
Our topic for this is infections. Viruses,
spyware,
Trojans,
proxy.
Did I just make our show R-rated?
Probably.
The overall term for all this, again, worms, Trojans, viruses,
infections in general,
can be really termed malware, which is short for malicious software.
Malicious?
So if you hear us use the term malware, it's just basically the all-encompassing all-encompassing term for it.
You were talking about the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati?
I am. I just wanted to see if anybody would pick that up.
I would, because I know of them.
Well, and if the NSA wants to call in, they can.
Yeah, open lines.
Open lines. Just call 1-800-BITE-ME.
Probably their own number.
That's the number for the NSA. Which reminds me.
We're with the government.
Well, no thanks. We've got all the government we need.
Exactly. Anybody know where that's from?
With the government.
From the tick.
Oh, right. That sounded like it. That was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Spoon. Okay, so we're talking about malware, viruses, spyware. It's just evolved. The evolution of how the infection started was little kids, or kids that know how to program, and basically being snot-nosed and annoying, which they still are. But now, because, the internet is fast becoming connected to everybody, and these kids grew up and they're like, hey, I can make money.
Money.
Or the flip side is government says, hey, we can control people.
Oh, poop.
And so what happens is hackers and other people of, I would say, lower moral class will do is they will hack into people's computers or make software to watch what they're doing, gather information. Like we talked about, the one camera turns on. Well, what they can do is by turning on that camera, they can get information, compromising pictures of you, and say, give us $30,000 or I'm releasing them. Blackmail.
A lot of people are in front of their computers and then use it nudie.
Yes.
Come on, everybody, you can admit it. You do it. Yeah.
I try to be fully clothed in front of my computer. I don't want to embarrass it.
Good point.
That's kind of, in a sense, a nutshell how it's evolved. But there's a lot of malware out there, infections that you actually intentionally install. Our sister actually sent me a thing saying, "Will you check? How's this software? Is it legitimate? That kind of thing for watching? Because it's called XVidY, XVidY, or something like that, and it's a toolbar." And I told her nope, it's an infection, malware. Don't install it. Because what it does is it was a proxy redirector and antivirus redirector. So basically all traffic would have been gone through it. It was claiming to give you the ability to watch HBO on your computer from a toolbar. Right. So, yes, and I then looked at, because as soon as I did a Google search, I was like, how to remove XVidY? How do you remove this? So it's kind of like, yeah, maybe not so cool. And and that's what they do is they get you by offering you, like our other sister loved Bonzi Buddy. I don't know if you remember that one. That was basically a keylogger and watcher of everything you do. It was an old school one. This is back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it would talk to you, give you jokes and that kind of thing, and people loved it. But it's infecting you. Yeah. I love the knife that's cutting my arm off. It's so nice. Oh, look how shiny it is.
And even not malicious, but there's another form I call adware, where it's not necessarily malicious, but it is software that's installed on a computer to help target specific websites and ads to you.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Google?
Actually, yeah. And you can kind of know sometimes you've got adware because while you're browsing the internet, it will...
Adware, that's okay.
Adware, what did I say?
Adware, which is the program.
Oh, yeah. You'll know you'll have adware because lots of times you'll be browsing the internet as you're reading your article. Certain ads will pop up. Also, certain words will be highlighted in the article, which looks like the author may have underlined them, but it's really the program itself doing that. I kind of noticed that yesterday. I was working on a customer's computer, and she wanted the Weather Channel app installed. And that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Weather Channel app. I've got it myself.
A little slow, though. But
yeah, it's a little slow. Actually, the newer version is a little better, but it is slow. During the install, you have to be very, very careful because you're hunting rabbits. During the install, you, of course, have to agree to, where they'll blah, blah, blah. You have to give them all your kids and stuff like that to install the software. But after that, you then came up with another I agree and decline option where if you didn't read it properly, you thought you were clicking on I agree to install the Weather Channel desktop app, but no, what you were really doing is agreeing to install another ad-based program. So you would think, oh, if I hit decline, I won't get the Weather Channel app. Well, that's not the case. They make it look like that. You hit decline, then another one came up for another program, decline, and another one came up and hit decline. And then the Weather Channel app would be installed. And it did without those adwares. But most people would just click accept. The other times, instead of that coming up, you might get little check boxes that says, by clicking next, all these programs will be installed. That's why you have to make sure that those are unchecked. Basically, especially when you download programs from the internet, and especially if they're free programs, because someone's paying for those.
Sometimes even though I love it because I download a lot of little programs because I'm like working on something, working on YouTube or whatever, and I need to maybe edit something a little bit differently. And you run it. It's like, okay, would you like a typical installation or a custom?
Right.
And then I hit custom, and then I get the checkbox you're talking about. Oh, do you want this thing to redirect your home page, and you want this to this toolbar? It's like,
right. You should always. That's a good point. You should always, when you install software, even from CD, does not hurt, or whatever flash drive, you should always choose custom instead of typical, because
there may be something in there that, hey, I don't want it to change my home page.
Right, because the typical one, who defines typical? Maybe part of the typical one was when the programmer got paid $10,000 to insert a free program to monitor people's internet browsing.
Yep.
So.
Oh, that's it. You just can't insult this guy. You call him a moron, and he just sits there grinning moronily.
Yes, that's Toro. Isn't that from Toy Story?
No, that's Homer.
Oh, sounds like the pig.
No.
You're
Sorry.
all nuts.
Anyway, continuing. Okay, so the next thing is we talked about, how you can install the crap. You can get it installed on your computer. Then you have the spam and what's it called? Phishing, which is basically, they still are out there. I mean, spam still very prevalent. The spam now does more harm than good. It used to be that you would click on it and but now that they make it look like legitimate email by saying, Bubba, your best friend, sent you this YouTube, which just looked like the YouTube link. Click on it, and then you're now infected. So you have to be careful what you click. It's just like it was, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Some of you may not have been born 20 years ago.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you have to be careful what you click on.
And I'd say even as close to a few years ago, it would come in waves. You know, the baddies determine how to get around antivirus programs, or would figure out how to get somebody to click on something, and then we see a whole rash of infections. And then the antivirus programs would get smart. The people would get smart. Oh, I can't click on that. Then the infection rate would drop, and then just a complete cycle on this. I'll be honest. I mean, there are still viruses around. In fact, the last one was the FBI virus, which I think has been upgraded to the DOJ virus.
Woo! Eric Holder.
Oh yeah. But other than that, I really don't see viruses making as much news anymore.
No. It's mostly the hacks of devices, because they can actually get more information from you. Like the one guy had he was an Australian. Actually, I think he was killed. He could hack into cash machines. It didn't matter if it was really any of them, and have it just spit out all this cash right there.
Right. It seems to be more, and also it seems to be more stealthy, where you can activate your TV, the cameras, and your laptops, turn on your phone even if it's off.
Yep.
And a lot of that has been brought up by hackers. A hacker is not a bad person.
Nope. That's usually hired by a bad person.
Right, a hacker is somebody who changes how something was originally designed.
Mm-hmm. I do that too. I'm a Virginian.
We had a chair on wheels. Okay, had a back to it. The back broke, so we took the back off and made it a stool. I hacked that chair because it wasn't designed for that. I changed its function. That's all a hacker is.
Yep.
So they're not bad. It's just it can be used for bad things. And it was like the Black Hat Conference. I forget, was it L.A.
Yep.
or Las Vegas?
Vegas, yeah.
Usually a lot of hackers show up there and show you what can or cannot be done. And now a lot of them will do this to prove that these companies need to
have better
security, and this is exactly how the TV, they found out the TV, they found the exploit holes.
Yep.
The hackers have done that. So, but of course, once the hacker, once anybody finds a security flaw and they announce it, it's open, and then the bad guys will go in there and use it. So we'll be right back after this break.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Do you have a small business? Do you have a hobby that you want to share with others? You need your own website. It's not as complicated as you think. A website is much, much more than having a simple Facebook page. You don't own or control what you post on Facebook. Did you know that? With your own website, you control and maintain your own content. It's all yours. We here at Stone Mountain Consultants can help you from the start in creating your own space on the information superhighway. We can help you create your own domain, start up your website. We can even help you maintain it. Call Stone Mountain Consultants at 276-664-1476 or check out our website at smc.io. Again, that's 276-664-1476 or check out our website at smc.io. We'll be more than happy to help.
Okay. And welcome back to the Tech Lunch Roundtable here on Thursday morning. This is sort of a, well, I was going to say a shortened show, but if you don't like commercials, this was a show you liked.
I love commercials. That's why I have a DVR that I fast forward over all of them. I record, those shows get in the way. I just watch all commercials. That's why the corporatism wants me to be. Those shows just get in the way. The ads, I want to watch Cialis ads every 5 freaking minutes.
Pharma ads and car ads. I think those are the only two commercials that are out there.
Yes. That and also legal help. Have you? I love is I was watching a Pawn Stars because I like learning and they're kind of dysfunctional and funny sometimes. Even though we all learned, they're all fake. The producer's off the screen saying, "Talk about this."
Right. As a side note on that, to prove that poor editing, we were watching Restaurant Impossible last night, and the whole premise of the show is he comes in and
yells at them a lot.
Restaurant that's failing, he yells at them, redoes their restaurant, redoes their menu, and they're back in business, supposedly. And they do this in 2 days. I think when we were up in Connecticut, there was an article in the paper saying that Robert Irvine was coming to, I think it was Tolland or Vernon, I can't remember, and he's going to have a special announcement for a restaurant, a fundraiser for the restaurant on this day. Be there if you want to be there for the first time he shows. What he does is he goes into the restaurant and talks to the people who are eating there, and people are all surprised he shows up and all that. But this article had said he's going to be here on this date. If you want to be here for the initial reaction, you need to reserve your restaurant spot. Anyhow, so that just showed that's of course fake. It's not real. But it's done in 2 days. Well, on the show last night, the restaurant owners had done some sort of ice cream thing because their ice cream is known. Well, they were over there with them and said, come to our restaurant. It's going to be reopening in 1 week. It's supposed to be opening that day.
Yeah.
Poor editing.
Yes. But
continue.
I was continuing on my ad rant. I think we actually have 4 rants this time. Maybe 5.
Wow.
Sweet. We even have a double rant. It was an ad for, one of those, you want to get La Trosket, because having poor circulation is a bad thing. Possible side effects, Trosket might kill you, kind of thing. Then, right after was another ad, but this one was for legal. Have you had any whatever from this other drug? Did you, have you lost all feeling in your face? All this kind. You can actually get money. It's yeah, I don't want that other one because it's probably going to, in a week or two, going to have the same problem. It's so stupid. Then I see the mesothelioma one. It's yeah, I've seen that a billion times. I'm good, thanks. I know it's a bad thing, but thanks. Probably all created by in a lab. Thank you, government. Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Eric Holder, for screwing up our country. Worse than the other guys.
Exactly. So anyways, back to viruses. I mean, just be careful when you install these programs. You still need to be careful on the links that you click on. Most of the new web-based mail, Gmail, Yahoo, and all this, and even Outlook, they do pretty good job in screening malicious links. They will tell you, doing pretty good at that, where they'll warn you that this link possibly doesn't go to Bank of America or whatever. And another thing about it, I don't think I've received a false banking email in the longest time.
This is true.
It really has gone down.
Most of my spam now is actually stuff that I actually signed up for a long time. Well, it's not a long time ago. A long time ago, because I get notices like I just got one. Let's see. Let me find it again. DNS servers hijacked in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And then here's one for that. Let's see. I have tons of these, which is like the RSOE, Indonesia vehicle accident. Yeah, I'm more well informed than probably the press.
Right.
The prostitutes. But yeah, those are the more my spam. But it's like, jeez.
I remember even from a couple years ago, 3 years ago, we would get in maybe 24 computers a day from infections. So it really has changed. Kind of interesting to know.
It's more. I think it's more less of a shotgun effect and more pinpoints with some of the stuff. Well,
on that note,
before we say bye-byes, we should give some help on what do you run?
I guess that would be good. Yes.
Antivirus. There's a lot of free ones. The one I use is Microsoft Security Essentials. If you're going to have Microsoft products, might as well get the full gambit.
And it does a pretty good job. I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put a link in the show notes for that.
And it's a full thing, and it's free. It's like, good to go. And it does work well within Windows, and all the versions actually. But like scanning software or whatnot, I think I've talked about before. You could get scanning software like Adware, Malwarebytes, or even A Squared. Well, it's not A Squared anymore. MTSoft into malware. Really, the best thing to do if you're keeping up on what you're doing, like where you go and whatnot, you just need that little program I talked about a while back called ATF Cleaner, which I think we've linked before. And what it does is it cleans out all the trash, all the Java cache, and all the jar files that are just downloaded when you go to websites, all of your temporary internet files, not if you're using Chrome or Firefox. You want to go into them and tell every time you exit the program, it empties the temporary files and empties it out. And a lot of times you actually will recover significant amount of space.
Right, especially if you haven't done it in
forever.
Times.
Yes. Like with because I make a lot of videos and some are good size. Those videos I may have deleted or I thought I deleted, but they were actually parts of it in a temporary area. I hit the thing. I just gained 80 gigabyte back. Sweet. Yes, my drive is a terabyte.
Wow.
Yes.
That's so small. Who has a terabyte now? I mean, 2 and 3 terabytes. I mean, come on.
See, what do I have? I have a 1.3.
I have a 3 terabyte iPhone 8.
On August 8th?
Yeah, how convenient.
How convenient. Anyway, so those are some things you can do to keep yourself clean and be aware of it. So it's mostly just
be aware. Situational awareness.
Know your tactical situation for what's going on, because to be aware is to be where?
To be
No.
To wear your underwear is to be aware.
Yes, that you need to change your underwear. But yes, you just need to know what's going on. If you don't know, I mean, people always naysay all those preppers and people that prepare for other things because they're smart. I mean, do you want to be sitting on say you're on the 404 in L.A., sweltering hot, there's an accident, it's basically stand still for 5 hours, and you have no water. Good job.
Thank you. Yes, I agree.
We call that moronic, and if you believe in the whole evolution thing, you deserve to die. I mean, you're not fit. It's survival of the fittest. A fit person will do what's necessary to keep themselves alive. Protection, food, water, first aid. If you don't do that, you can't blame anybody else. That was your own damn fault. Why didn't FEMA come help me? Because FEMA is not the teeth that you suck on. Sorry.
Yeah.
My last rant of the day.
And on that rant,
toodles. Check us out next time.